Due to that what happens, due to this collapse, it will coupled with the media, and it is used, this actually this bubble formation is known as cavitation, and this cycle repeats with again a new bubble generation. Now you can say that what is the application of the cavitation. You can see that when ultrasonic waves are used, very high frequency waves are used, and due to that the bubble collapse is again it will be used in the cleaning of the media. You can see that there are some contaminants here, contaminated materials here at the surface of the part to be cleaned, and due to this bubble collapse, it couples with the media, and when it dissolves this contaminations into the liquid. So when liquid is poured out, you can see that this particular part is really clean. Actually, this ultrasonic cleaning is widely used in different industries as well as in laboratories, or even in semiconductor industries, where very minute part of the equipment are to be cleaned, right? This is the second and very important applications of the ultrasonic cavitation. And the third application is major application is excuse me, and the third major application is in ultrasound, or you can see here in the sonography. For different parts of the body, one can scan it using the ultrasound sonography. Say there are three types of ultrasound sonography. First is simple ultrasound sonography, second is Doppler shift, and right now it is widely used in different say 4D sonography, and in all the sonography processes ultrasound is used. Apart from that, in industries, ultrasonic sound waves are used in different industries, in cutting, welding, drilling, as well as some immiscible liquids are also can be mixed using ultrasound materials or using ultrasound waves. Apart from that, in non-destructive testing, which is right now widely used in the in different laboratories for testing mechanism. How what is non-destructive testing actually? Non-destructive testing is a material test method which is used without contaminating or without destroying the material. So how it is used? Say if again it is the basic principle that we have used in the sonar. Say if a pulse of say amplitude A1 and wavelength lambda 1 is applied into a crystal. Say if this is the crystal material, from here the pulse is applied. Now this is the lower surface of the crystal. If the crystal thickness is T, and if pulse goes and comes back, it may be received say at T1 time at the receiver, right? So the reflecting pulse, if this is the CRO, if I give the input to the CRO, I will get the same input, the output will be same as the input into the CRO, and this time, the time between the two pulses, the transmitted and the received pulse, this will show the time between the two pulses. So using that we can find out the velocity of the ultrasonic sound wave given frequency in the particular crystal. Say using this we can find out the velocity V1 is equal to 2D by T. So 2, here we are using T as the thickness, so 2T divided by T1, where T1 is the time of the received pulse. Now see if this crystal has some flaw or say some defect while the growth, so this in the next round of the pulse generation, the pulse will be reflected by the defect, so it will be received slightly earlier. So you can see that if this is the input pulse, it will be received slightly earlier, as well as the amplitude is changed. So using this V1 and using this T thickness, we can always find out the distance. Actually this is T thickness of the crystal. Using this V1, say V1 will be the same because material is not changing, so we can always write down this is as the D, and this is the time for the second pulse coming out. So D is the distance between the surface and the given flow. Flow is what? flaw is the defect generated into ultrasonic sound into the crystal during the process. So in industries it is very important to find out the distance between the surface and the defects. Why? Because it is very important to identify the defect in a crystal. If during a crystal growth, if some deformation is there, using this particular method, we are not actually destroying the crystal, we are not disturbing the crystal material, as well as we are finding out the location of the defect. So it is very important in terms of the manufacturing point of view, because if defective crystals, if some different crystal will go into the material processing, then it may create some different change of the processing, so or it may waste the human manpower. So this is very important. Ultrasonic flaw detection used in NDT, the non-destructive testing, is very important from the manufacturing point of view. And these are the few applications of the ultrasonic waves. And with this I'm ending my lecture. I am thankful to BISEC as well as Sandhan for providing me the opportunity to deliver this lecture here. Thank you.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.